Okay, I'm gonna go over all the triads and all the keys, starting with C major. So we know a major triad consists of 3 different notes: the root, the third, and the fifth scale degrees. So for example, we're in the key of C major. To play a C triad, I'm taking the root, the third, and the fifth. So that's my major triad. To make it minor, I'm gonna lower that third scale degree. So it becomes from E to E flat, becomes a little bit darker sounding. To make it diminished, I'm going to lower that G so it becomes a G flat. Okay, so now it's a lowered third and a lowered fifth. To make it augmented, I'm going to reset back to the major and raise that fifth scale degree a half a step up. So we have C, E, and G sharp. Okay, so let's go to G major. So I'm looking at the G major scale, taking the root, the third, and the fifth. So there's my G major scale. I'm going to lower the third. That's going to make it G minor. I'm going to lower the fifth, so now a lowered third and lowered fifth is diminished, and then I reset back to major, raise that fifth, it becomes augmented. Okay, let's go over the triads in F major. So I have the root, the third, and the fifth. So another way you can look at this is you can kind of look at the triad. So the root to the third, that's a major third, and then from the third to the fifth, that's actually a minor triad. Okay, so a major triad consists of the bottom interval being major and then the upper interval being minor. Okay, and the way I measure that is I'm thinking about the lower note and the scale that that's in. So F major, A would be a major third because it's in the major scale. From A to C, that would be a minor third because a major third, I have to think about the scale of A major, and the third scale degree is the C sharp. Right, so I'm lowering that third note in the key of A, and so that's how I'm measuring that interval. Okay, so I have F major, F minor. So now in F minor, this becomes a minor third, and then these two, this interval right here becomes a major third. So there's F minor, F diminished. I'm going to lower that fifth scale degree. So now I have 2 minor intervals on the bottom and on the top. When I go back to augmented, so I'm going to go back root, third, fifth, and then raise that fifth up a half step, F, A, and C sharp. So now I have 2 major third intervals, F to A and then A to C sharp. Okay, let's go to D major. So root, third, and fifth, there's my major chord. I'm going to lower the third, which makes it minor. I'm going to lower that fifth, making it diminished. And then reset back to the major and raise that fifth note up a half step, and it becomes augmented. Let's go to B flat. So I'm taking the root, third, and the fifth of the B flat major scale, B flat, D, and F. I'm going to lower that third, that D becomes a D flat. I'm going to lower that fifth, that F to F flat, becomes diminished. I'm going to reset back to the B flat major chord and then raise it up a half step. Now we have B flat augmented. Okay, let's go to A major. So taking the root, the third, and the fifth, A, C sharp, and E, right? Major third, minor third on top. I'm gonna lower that third scale degree. Now I have a minor third, major third on top. Lower that fifth, minor third, minor third. Now I'm gonna reset back to major, raise that fifth up a half step for the augmented chord. Now I have a major chord, a major third stacked on top of another major third. Let's go to E flat major. So root position, major, E flat, G, and B flat. I'm going to lower that third scale degree. G becomes a G flat, becomes minor. B flat gets lowered, half step. Now the chord becomes diminished. So this is E flat diminished. To go to augmented, I'm resetting back to major and raising that fifth up a half step, E flat, G, and B flat. Now going to E major, E, G sharp, and B. I'm going to lower that third scale degree to make it minor. I'm going to lower that fifth scale degree to make it diminished. To make it augmented, I go back to major, raise that fifth scale degree up a half step, E, G sharp, and B sharp. Notice we call it B sharp because that fifth is a B. Okay, so we're just raising it by a half step. Okay, A flat major, A flat, C, and E flat. I'm lowering that C, so it becomes A flat, C flat, E flat. Then I'm gonna lower that fifth to make it diminished, so it's A flat, C flat, and E flat. And then to make it augmented, I reset and go raise that fifth scale degree up to E, A flat, C, and E. Going to B major, we have a B major triad, B, D sharp, and F sharp. Lower that third scale degree, let's make it minor. We're gonna lower that fifth scale degree, now it's diminished. Okay, let's reset back to major and raise that fifth up a half step. Now we have augmented. Okay, D flat major, D flat F, and A flat. We're gonna lower that F, F becomes F flat, D flat, F flat, A flat, lowering the fifth, D flat, F flat, A double flat. And then to make it augmented, we're gonna reset back to major, raise that fifth up. Okay, so D flat, F, and A natural. F sharp major, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp. Make it minor, lower that third scale degree. F sharp, A, and C sharp. Now lower that C sharp, the fifth. It's diminished. Let's get the augmented chord, F sharp, A sharp, and C double sharp. Okay, and then G flat, same thing, G flat, B flat, and D flat. We're gonna lower the third, G flat, B double flat, and D flat. G flat diminished is G flat, B double flat, and D double flat. And then G flat augmented, we're gonna go back to the major, raise this, D flat, so it becomes just a D natural, G flat, B flat, and D. Okay, so if you think about it, in solfege, you have do, mi, sol for the minor, do, mi, se for the diminished, and do, mi, si for augmented.